To the next video. In today's video I will show you how you can integrate Google Places API for Android in Godot Game Engine. So yeah, let's see how to do that. Here is the output. So if I click on this button, it opens the Places API like entire screen. So this is from the Google Places API itself. We don't have to worry about it, and if you want you can enter any place which you want to. Unfortunately I don't have a valid API key, that's why it is getting dismissed as soon as I enter something, but if you have valid API key it will work for you. The code, so firstly you will have to create an Android project using Android Studio. It can be an empty views project or a Jetpack Compose project, doesn't really matter. Once you create that project, you will have to go to the Android drop down. Just right click on this new module Android library. You can name it whatever you like. I have named it as my library. Change the package name to your liking and just click on finish. I have already created this, so here you can see. Next you will have to go to build.gradle.kts of my library, and here you will have to add your Godot dependency. So I'm using Godot 4.2.1 at the time of this recording, but if you are using some higher version, make sure you replace with that version. You can check the latest version on Maven Central. Also we have to add this com.google Android libraries places API for Google Places API to work. Once you do that, just click on sync now. Once you click on sync now, go to your library, go to Kotlin plus Java and create a file, a Kotlin file called Godot Android plugin, which extends from Godot plugin. I have named the plugin as my plugin. You can give name whatever you feel like, but make sure you remember this name, because we will be using this in a lot other places as well. Once the Godot setup is completed, we will initialize our places. Now here you will require an API key. To get the API key, you will have to go to Google Developers Console and you will have to search for Google Places API and just enable that, and you will get an API key for that as well. So I won't cover that in this video, sorry about that, but yeah, you can just find it online as well if you are finding this confusing, how to generate an API key. Then here we are registering our signals to send data on what place the user has selected, and here you can see I have created a method called open places, which gets called from the Godot side, and here I am just getting the place ID as well as name. If you want you can add more to this as well. So I think there are a lot other things as well, like address, opening hours, delivery, all that kind of stuff. Then here we are just creating our autocomplete.intent builder, and we are allowing it for it to be full screen. We are passing the fields and building it, and then we are calling start activity for result. If some of you are from native Android development, you might be knowing that start activity for result is deprecated, but there is no way for you to use register for activity result in a Godot plugin as far as I know. So yeah, in case you know, do let me know in the comments and I'll try to improve this tutorial. And here I am passing a request code, so the callback comes over here once the user has picked an place, or if something goes wrong, and if the request code equal to 12 and result is okay, and if data is not equal to null, then I am getting that particular place from what the user has selected. Then I am just sending the place name as well as ID back to the Godot side. Next you will have to go to Android manifest.xml. you will have to copy paste this bit of code. Only thing which you will have to change is this should be your plugin name, and this should be your package name. So in case you forgot, you can get your plugin name from over here, and this is your package name. Once that is done, you will have to go to project drop down, and here inside my library create a folder called export scripts template. Inside that create a file called export_plugin.gd, and I have literally copy pasted everything from the documentation. The only thing which you will have to change is this should be your own plugin name, and also you will have to add this extra bit of method which is not present in the documentation, because we have added an extra dependency inside our build.gradle file. That's why you have to add this over here as well. Next you will have to create another file called plugin.cfg. again change this to your plugin name, change description and author to whatever you feel like. Once that is done, you will have to go to project drop down. What you will have to do is you will have to open a terminal and cd to your Android project, not to your Android library, and then you will have to run this command gradle_wassemble ./gradle_wassemble. so this will generate two AAR files. So in case you will have to go to your library, build, outputs, AR, and here you should see 2 AR files being generated. Now you will have to copy if paste these files. I have already copy pasted it to my Godot project, that's why you are not seeing it over here. Next, just create a Godot project. Then inside your Godot project, create a folder called add-ons. Inside that, create a folder with your plugin name. Inside that, create a folder called bin, and inside bin, create 2 folders, debug and release. Now copy the debug AR file to the debug folder, release AR file to the release folder, and you will have to change the name a little bit. So I'll just show you how to do that. So here, as you can see, I've copy pasted it. The name should be your plugin name dash debug.ar. Similarly for release as well, your plugin name dash release.ar. Once you do that, just click on project, install Android build template. I have already done that. Then click on export, add Android. At the bottom you might be seeing a fix import button. Click on it. Make sure you check this use Gradle build, and here you can select whatever architecture your Android device is running on. If you don't know, select all 4 of those. Also, you will have to copy this export plugin.gd and plugin.cfg inside your plugin folder. So if you remember, we had created these 2 files inside our Android plugin. Copy paste it to your Godot project as well. Next, inside our UI, project settings, go to plugins. Make sure you check this checkbox as well. Okay, next, inside your UI, create a center container. Inside that, I have taken a VBox and button and a label, and I have attached the script to it. And if you see, again, this should be your own plugin name. Inside ready, I am initializing our plugin as well as connecting our signal. And once the signal is called, I am just updating our label text, and on button pressed, I am just calling open places. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.